Hi, this is Supriyo. So, this is a question that lots of people have asked me, and I have been getting this even more recently. Quite a lot of people are saying to me, they are actually asking me that how long should I actually try for these examinations? Now it's very difficult when I get these types of questions when people ask me that they say that they have been trying for bank exams for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I got an email that somebody is trying for 8 years totally, and he'd been trying for different exams because his attempts were getting over in different exams, and then he's going to turn 30, and he was very worried about what's going to be the future. So I wanted to address all of these things, and I wanted to tell you how long should you actually try for these exams. Should you keep trying until and unless you get success, or is there a time limit? So to explain this, I'll be taking you through 5 important key points. So I want you to understand these points one by one, and I want you to take a final decision based on your understanding and your life situation. So let's move for the first point. I don't think that people understand what opportunity cost is actually all about. And to be honest, initially I also did not understand anything about opportunity cost. But it's so important that you factor in your opportunity cost whenever you are going for these examinations. Now, what do I mean by that? So just think about it, that you are practicing for these examinations, you are trying for them, and it's going to take at least 2 to 3 years of your life. Most of the people, they take around 2 to 3 years of their life, and they try and crack some exam. So for this entire 2 to 3 years, you are not getting any kind of earnings, right? So you are not getting any salary. So you are foregoing all of these things, and you are also foregoing any kind of opportunity to do higher studies, and you are not actually just doing anything else. You are only studying. So because you are only studying, so this means that your opportunity cost is whatever is the other things that you are not able to do because you are focused so much on bank exams. So because you are focusing on these exams, you cannot actually go ahead and do any kind of studies. You cannot go ahead and work in any company. So you are actually effectively blocking out your time for this exact purpose. So if it takes you 2 years, say for example 2 years to actually crack this exam, then for 2 years you have to actually calculate that opportunity cost. So ask yourself this: is my opportunity cost that I am foregoing, is that enough? So if I get a job after 2 years, so it's going to be your 2 years that you're not earning, you're not getting any kind of money. So is it okay that I forego all of those things so that at the end of 2 years I am going to get a job? Is it something that is acceptable to me? So you have to actually write down on a pen and paper, and you have to just think about it, that if I got some kind of a private job, any kind of a job, what is the monthly salary that I would be drawing? Then you multiply it into 12 for 1 year, into 24 for 2 years. So if you are doing that, then you are effectively putting a price tag, putting a number to that opportunity cost. And this is very important, because once you have that number, then you understand what you are actually losing. And this is something that you have to be okay with, that you are not doing those things and you are actually focusing on only bank exams. So calculate your opportunity cost, and if it makes sense, only then go for another attempt. The second thing is your parents' support. So just think about your current financial situation for your family, and do you actually want your parents to support you through this journey? Do you have any kind of savings, personal savings that you can use so that you are not actually putting the entire load on your parents? Is it actually okay? Can they actually support you? Think about it, and you have to have this honest conversation with your mother, with your father, that whether they want to support you, because we feel that parents are entitled to always support our dreams. They are always entitled to help us to achieve whatever we want to do. But remember that of course they love you, they will try to support you in every which way that they can, but it's our responsibility to not ask too much of them. So you have to be okay with trying to understand their own financial situation. How long can they support you? How long do you want to take their support? And till when is that enough? Do you really want to bother them with all the extra baggage of this, that you are staying at home and then you are not contributing to the family? Is it okay? Is it actually something that you can extend for another year? Think about it. So if you have that kind of a financial situation where your parents can go forward and support you, then go for it. You don't have to worry about it. But if you don't have that, then it is your responsibility to try and contribute to your own family. So try and think about it, and this is an aspect that you have to actually focus on so that you get to the right decision at the end. The third thing that I want you to understand is that many people, they make the mistake of having only one goal, and that's the goal that they are always shooting towards. That's the only thing that's on their mind. So for example, many people watching this, their dream exam is the SBI PO exam. So that is the only goal that they have in their minds. They don't have any kind of goals. But this is not correct. You should have a series of goals. Understand what I'm saying. You can't have a goal that I have to crack this one exam and then my life is set, then I'll be relaxing, I don't have to worry about anything. No, that is not how the world works anymore. And I will tell you that if you are thinking that you are going to get a bank job and it's going to be your job for the entire life, so you are going to retire in that job, then I have news for you. Maybe this is not something that is achievable in 2021. You have to understand that whatever goals you have currently, that is only dependent on your current information. Understand this thing. The only information you have as an aspirant is that this is a great exam, this is a great job, so I have to get into it. But once you get into that job, then you will be seeing so many other situations. Maybe your entire thinking will have changed. Then you have to go for some other plans as well, isn't it? So try and anticipate that and have a timeline, have a series of goals. So for example, many people that I talked to, some of them, they said that my main goal, firstly, it is to get into SBI. Fine, good, SBI. And then they have a goal of cracking the RBI Grade B examination. So that is a series of goals. And they said that if I can't get into RBI Grade B, then I'll try for insurance, or I will be trying for SEBI Grade A, etc., etc. So you will have to have that kind of a logical flow. You will have to have that kind of an algorithm in your mind that these are the things that I want to do. So if this does not happen, then that is the thing I have to do. So plan A, plan B, plan C, like that, you have to structure it. Many of you, you are actually aspiring entrepreneurs maybe. So how long do you want to go into the job? How long do you want to actually increase your bank balance, and after that you can just go for your entrepreneurship goals? So what is the kind of thing that you can do in this kind of a way? Like, you have to actually structure your goals, and you also have to give yourself some time, the number of years that you want to do it in. So you can't have an infinite time frame, because we will have to support ourselves for all those years. So you have to have those series of goals, and you have to ask yourself, till when I will be trying for each individual goal, and how long will I give myself to actually achieve each goal. So have tiers of goals. Don't be like one of those lost souls that they get a job and then they are not enjoying that job and then they are stuck because they did not actually plan any kind of goal, right? So they had only one goal. Don't make that mistake. Have a series of goals and try your best to go after it, one after another after another. Now this fourth point, if you are very young, then it might seem kind of strange that I'm bringing it up, but trust me, you are going to think about it as you get older, as you actually mature in your thoughts. So you will be thinking about a family. So if you really want to start a family, then you have to understand that there's a limited time frame for that. Especially I'm talking about women. So you know that you have a biological clock, right? And these days you don't have to worry. Medical science has actually advanced quite a lot. So women are having kids in their late 30s as well. So even in 40s, some women, they do have kids. So you have to understand that that is actually something that has some kind of risks. So you have to factor those things in. If you want a family, if you want to get married, if you are actually thinking about those things, then you have to give yourself time for that as well. So does that actually make sense that you are spending time in this point of time for actually achieving these goals, and you are not planning for that other goal, the goal of starting your own family? So if you have that goal in your mind, if you are really focused on that, then you have to plan for that as well, and you have to have some kind of a cutoff date. So understand this thing, because this is something that parents keep forcing us, they will be shouting after you that get married, get married. No, this is not something that's so simple, because many people, they don't have that kind of inclination and intention of getting married, so they don't really want to see themselves like that. So it's okay, it's fine, and you just have to know what you want. If you personally don't want it, then don't go for it. Don't always listen to society and whatever they are saying. Don't be somebody who is actually always just listening to whatever the elders are saying, whatever society is saying, and then they are deciding. No, don't be like that. You have to understand that if it is something that speaks to you, if it is your personal goal, only then you are going to go for it. So if you have that kind of a goal, then you have to also think about by when you are going to achieve that goal. What is your timeline? And based on that timeline, you can decide whether you want to go for more kinds of exams, whether you want to devote another year, or you are just going to resign yourself to something else. This final point is something that is very, very subtle, and it's very difficult to understand. Are you doing all this because you are enjoying the journey, or is it all about the destination? Is the job and the thing that you want to achieve, is that the only thing that is actually just pushing you forward, or are you enjoying this process? This entire process, it can make you a better person. So for example, if you are trying for some very difficult exam, so for example you are trying for the UPSC exam, so even by preparing for this exam, you are becoming a better person, you are becoming a more well-rounded individual. So you have to understand that if you are enjoying that process. So I have a friend, so she is actually trying for UPSC exams. She left her SBI job and now she is trying for it. Now she knows that even if she is not actually cracking that examination, even if there are some problems, then also it's fine, because she is enjoying the process. She is becoming a better person. So are you thinking about those things when you are setting down your goals and when you are giving 1 year to this entire purpose, to this entire examination? Because remember, this is a long journey. This is not something that's going to be done very, very fast. So it's not something that you can easily finish off. So you have to push through towards it, and you have to actually spend a lot of time. So understand all of these things, and only then you have to decide. So for example, for me, I had thought that I will be giving 3 years for this goal. So if I didn't get any job in 3 years, then I would be stopping it. And I have told many people, and for many people 3 years is something that they can devote no matter whatever their age is. If they are not very late, then they can at least give 3 years to this. So I, as a rule of thumb, always think about these 3 years. So it's something that is quite manageable, and it's a rule of thumb, of course, so you have to apply it to your situation based on all these 5 points that I told you. And I hope that this video actually gave you an idea about how long you should try for these bank exams. You can't have an indefinite timeline, because in life there are so many other things to do. There are so many opportunities in 2021. You don't have to only run after a job. You don't only have to run after a government job. Understand this thing. Whatever you want to achieve, there are multiple roads by which you can actually reach that place. So find your own personal road. If you are somebody who's a great artist, if you are somebody who's a great photographer, for example, then you can go for those other businesses. You don't really need to go into a government exam. You don't really need to actually get a government job. There are so many opportunities. You can have so many interesting things that you can do online today, and you can try your passion. So you don't have to always follow whatever society is telling you. So this is the thought that I want to leave you with, that you have to analyze your particular situation, your personal situation, and then you have to decide. I hope that this video gave you some idea about how long you should actually try for these examinations and how long it actually makes sense for you. If you enjoyed this, please click on the like button and share it with your friends, and please let me know your thoughts. What do you feel? How long do you want personally to try for these exams? And if you are in agreement, let me know. And if you have any kind of things that you don't like about this video, then also let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation and let's get better each and every day. Together, I'm sure that we can do it. All the best.